Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. We are live right now. It is 10:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, it is Friday. It's almost the weekend. Who's excited for the weekend? Put weekend in the chat box now. If you're joining now, and if you're excited for the weekend, do two things. Right, excited for the weekend, and drop live in the chat box now. Hashtag live. Please put your name next to your hashtag live so we can see who you are too. That would be really helpful so we can call you by your name, not like a bunch of hobos.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Okay. And in addition to that, go ahead and tag other people who you feel will get great value from today's live training, which is going to be about recipes. Hello, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hello, Trinity. Hello, Andrea. Okay, and put excited in the chat box if you're excited for the weekend. It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Let's see some excitement in the chat box. Okay? Christine, good morning. Good morning. So let's see that. I think we're having a problem with Instagram. It's not going live. If anyone's on Instagram, just let us know if you see us live. That would be really helpful. Unfortunately, I don't see the live going off on Instagram, but that's fine. Okay, we're good. Yo, what up, Derek?
Hi, Derek.
What's up, man? Derek is on Instagram. What up, dude? Okay, awesome. All right. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Say good morning to Danielle as well.
Good morning.
And tag some people right now who you feel are going to get great value from today's live training. In addition to that, the people who show up to the calls, to these live calls, just know in general, get the best results. Experiences showed us, in addition to working our program, meaning the nutrition and the exercises, the people who show up on these particular calls, whenever we say we're going live and they get notification and actually show up, our experience has shown over the years, those people get the best results. Does anyone know why? Does anyone have an idea why those people you think get the best results? Put it in the chat box. Why do people who show up to live streams get the best results? Why do you think? Come on, gang. Let's see some engagement in here. Accountability is good. Very nice. And what is something you guys struggle with probably more than exercise and nutrition? Is consistency and accountability. Won't you agree? Say I agree in the chat box right now. Let's see some engagement, please. I want to see a lot of engagement today. I want to see the biggest takeaways posted today. We don't know who the winner is going to be. It's really up for grabs. Yes, you are all winners, but if you're really excited to win this challenge, let's go ahead and participate. Come on.
Yes, and someone else put knowledge.
Exactly. Knowledge is a big one. Okay.
When you know better, you do better. The more knowledge you have and information you have, you can implement that.
100%. That's why we encourage you guys to show up. And in addition to that, to post your biggest takeaway inside our private Facebook community. That means when you're done watching this, go ahead and post what we speak about. I learned X, Y, and Z from today's live training with Sam and Danielle. Tag us. So we know you're watching, we know you're learning and absorbing the information. That helps inspire us to give you more value, number one. Number two, it also will qualify you to win because it shows you're participating and engaging and trying to help others. And we give you a pat on the back for that, and we incentivize you for that. Okay?
And when we write something down, we tend to remember it. So it cements it in your brain.
Correct. Very good, Danielle. Excellent. Okay? Very good. All right. So let's move on. I just wanted to bring up something before we move ahead, and it's the topic of headaches. Somebody brought up that they're experiencing headaches. It's not the first time we've heard it. Okay, people that come on the plan, some of them. Okay, and I'm not saying you, whoever that is. Okay, they've been eating a lot of sugar. They've been eating a lot of carbs. They think they're not eating a lot of carbs, but they are. Okay, you don't put on 100 pounds, 50 pounds from not eating carbohydrates. Period. You have eaten carbs. So stop lying to yourself out there, telling yourself you don't eat carbs. You do. You didn't get 50 pounds or 100 pounds overweight from not eating carbs. Just because you haven't been eating carbs or eliminating, or you've been reducing carbs or think you're reducing carbs for the past couple of weeks or month, unfortunately, with all due respect, it does not count. What you did your entire life does. That's why you are where you are right now, listening to this live video. So please pay attention. The reason why you guys have sugar withdrawals is because you've been eating sugar your whole life. And now you're in a challenge. We're taking it away from you. And all of a sudden you're having withdrawal, just like a drug addict. When you take away their drugs, they withdraw. Yes, you will experience headaches, unfortunately.
And a host of other things as well are possible. Irritability, restlessness, poor sleep, low energy. But luckily, it will pass.
And if you don't let it pass, with all due respect, eventually you're going to have to deal with this again, because the withdrawal is just like you're going to have to go through it. There are ways to subside it by drinking more water, getting more active, but your insulin is out of whack. And that's why you're experiencing what you are. With this plan that we're giving you, it's supposed to lower your blood sugar and insulin levels to give you more stability and not so up and down peaks with your sugar. So you have hunger, so you're experiencing headaches, just like when we take away caffeine, and just like when we take away sugar, and just like we take away any mind or mood altering substance, such as sugar. Yes, sugar is a mind or mood altering substance. It makes us feel good. Carbohydrates makes us feel good instantly. So does caffeine. We withdraw from it, period.
But it will pass. It can last anywhere from a few days to a few weeks, depending on how much sugar you've consumed. So obviously, the more sugar you've consumed, the longer you'll go through the withdrawal.
Okay.
But it should get better after a week.
A lot of us in here, not all of us, I am, myself personally, a food addict. I like food. I'm a food addict. I like sugar. I like salty foods. I like them late at night. It makes me feel good. That's me. I don't lie about who I am. I know how I gain weight. That's what I do to gain weight. That's what I've done to gain weight. And what I've done to take off weight is I've made some sacrifices at nighttime, like last night, of not eating garbage, like Entenmann Donuts that was sitting on a counter that Danielle's mom brought. Just being real. So don't lie to yourself, telling yourself you don't eat carbs. You do. You're snacking in between the meals. You're taking your kids' shit and picking at it. So stop lying to yourself. And don't be scared to join the program. We're not going to beat you up for it. We understand. We do it ourselves. I understand. I get it. But we're here to help. We have the solution for you. We have the recipes for you, where we're going to discuss in a minute. But don't lie to yourself, telling yourself you don't eat carbs. You do eat carbs. You don't get 50 pounds overweight from not eating carbs. Is what I'm saying making sense? Put making sense in the chat box, please. We're waiting. Want to see making sense in the chat box? There we go. Okay? This is why you guys are in the predicament you are. Because you lie to yourselves. Period. Okay? So you're going to stop lying to yourselves today and start being more honest with yourselves. We're here to help you. Next. Saying no. Big one. I want to bring this up because this has come up a lot, and I want to address it straight on, straight to the point. We're real, and we tell you how it is. We're speaking to some of you out there, and some of you have already spoken to us, and some of you have already had calls with us. This is a free challenge. It's for 2 weeks. You guys signed up for it. We asked you and offered it to you. You chose to do it. We didn't pressure you. We didn't twist your arm. Now, obviously, participating in the challenge requires communication. We want to learn more about you and see how we can help you. That's why we got you on the challenge. If you're looking to do just get on, do something free and run away and not talk to us, what's the fucking point? What are you accomplishing? So you take off 5 or 10 pounds and go and do that with the next trainer? Like, what are you trying to do? So have some integrity, with all due respect. When we speak to you, if you don't want to speak to us, say I'm not interested. Or I'm here to just do the challenge and I don't really want to continue. I'm not interested in speaking to you guys about anything. We're not going to get our feelings hurt. I promise you. We deal with fucking hundreds of people throughout the months. People say no to us all the time. It's cool. But don't ignore us, because that's not right. It hurts our feelings when you ignore us and when you don't respond. That's not cool. Have some integrity with yourselves and others. The reason why you're in trouble is because you don't have integrity with yourself. You lie to yourself every day. So it's easy for you to lie to others and ignore others, because you ignore yourself. You ignore what's good for you. So you ignore others. And when we're pushing you to the point of making a decision or coming close to it, you get scared and run away. Because it's time to get real and jump on the other side and do this. This 2-week thing is just a play. Like, what do you expect from it? Of course we're going to hit you up and ask you to join, because that's what our intention is, to help you. But if you don't want to do it, say, I don't want to do it. Peace. You still get the challenge. It's still free, and you don't offend us in any way. I promise you. So do yourself a favor and do us a favor. If you like us, respond to us, please. Say no, or say maybe some other time, or no thank you. It's okay. I'm a people pleaser myself. I have a very hard time with that myself, personally. So I understand you guys. But I have some integrity today. I don't let people just like, no, I'm not interested, sir. No, thank you. You don't even have to say it to our face. You can write it in the text message if that's easier for you, because you don't have to deal with the emotions of face-to-face like this. I get it. It's cool. But we're here to bring you value. Please don't ignore us. Sound good? Give me a thumbs in the chat box if it sounds good, and drop some fire, please.
Right. And it's right in alignment with having integrity with yourself when you say that you're going to stick to a plan, when you say that you're going to exercise and eat better. You know, what you do in small things, you do in big things. I'm not saying the saying correctly, but you get my point. How we do small things is how we do everything.
Exactly.
So we're just, trying to point out that having integrity with yourself is very important. It's the building blocks of confidence and self-esteem, and, believing that you can get what you want and reach your goals.
Right. And if you don't want to continue with us, like if we have a call with you and we're at a point asking you for another call, you could say no to us. You could say, let me think about it. You don't have to. That's why we ask you. We don't pressure you into anything. Everything is an ask with permission, because that's how we learn more about you. And because we know you're not going to make this decision by yourself. It's very hard. No one's going to come and say, let me invest in a trainer or in a coach, and it's just hard. It's easier to invest in a vacation, in a restaurant, in instant gratification. This thing that Danielle and I do doesn't have any instant gratification. So you're going to pause before you go all in, and you're going to come up with excuses like money, time, all this shit that you come up with. They're trying to sell me something. Yeah, obviously, we're trying to help you with a program. That's right.
It doesn't give you instant gratification, but it gives you something money can't buy. And that's learning how to live a healthier lifestyle, sustain it, and know that you did this on your own and you reach your goals. Like, ultimately, you're the one putting in the work. Even if you are on a program, you are the one having integrity enough to follow the program and to make those changes in your life that are going to get you to where you want to go, so that you can look in the mirror and be happy with yourself and be pleased and feel better and have more energy.
Now, be honest with me, guys. Am I being too hard on you, or am I being real? If I'm being too hard, it's okay. Put being too hard in the chat box. If I'm being real, put being real in the chat box. I'd like to know some feedback for myself. And if you're watching this later and you're not on now, let me know later. I'll look at the comments later. I'm not going to get insulted. Okay, let's move on. Enough of that. Blaming your spouse. And I'm bringing this up because it's just very relevant to what's happening. And I'm trying to help you guys right now because these are excuses we hear all the time. Stop blaming your spouse. They don't eat good. They don't cook right. They bring food into the house. Well, guess what? Those you chose to be with them. Number one, you got to figure it out now. You got to figure it out. You got to communicate with them. How important is your health? Do they want to see you keep adding 10, 15, 20 pounds to your frame and deteriorate your health? What kind of support is that from a spouse? So they're giving you the dishes to kill you? When you have kids together? Let me understand the whole situation clearly over here, please. What do you mean my wife or my husband eats whatever they want and I can't? I can't eat what they want me to eat what they're eating. Explain that to me, please, right now. You mean they're giving you fucking poison and you're eating it? You guys are eating poison together every day, gaining weight together every day, killing yourself together every day?
Another one is my spouse likes to go out on the weekends to restaurants. So, you don't want to let the spouse down. So you don't want to be on a program. Again, it's the same idea. If your spouse cares about you and loves you and wants you to be healthy and feel good.
So take a look at that real excuse over there. Is that an excuse you're just making up because you're putting it on the other person because you really want to eat like shit and you don't want to eat the food on this plan and it's making you fucking anxious, so you put it on your spouse? Oh, they're not going to eat these foods. No, you're not going to eat these foods.
Or my kids won't eat these foods.
So stop lying.
My kids won't eat these foods. I don't want to have to make 2 dinners. You don't have to make 2 dinners. I mean, some kids are very picky either way, and you're making 2 dinners anyway. But, you can make it kid friendly. We do it all the time. You throw on a taco shell for a kid, make tacos for them. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. So it's not a good excuse to not want to be on a program.
Right. Am I coming off too upset or angry? I hope I'm not. I'm just trying to motivate you guys and wake you up because I'm a liar myself and I've lied many times and I know all the excuses. I'm an addict. And most likely a lot of you guys in here, you may not be drug addicts, but you're some sort of an addict. You have an addiction to something. Okay? If you're listening to me and it's resonating with you, you probably have an addiction to something. And you probably lie to yourself just like I do. And make up excuses just like I do, to procrastinate just like I do or did. And spouse is another one, putting it on them. What kind of spouse doesn't want to see the best thing for you? Other than that, it's going to boil down to the Metallica song, Misery Loves Company. So they don't want to see you do well because they want to keep getting bigger. You better have a talk with them. It's your kids on the line here or your future. Is what I'm saying making sense? Drop some fire in the chat box, please. And we're getting closer to the recipes. Okay? The reason why we have all these things prior to the recipes is because the recipes is just a tool. You can eat recipes till you're blue in the face. But if you don't have the basics and the foundation of the excuses that you make up in your mind, you're going to keep failing at this and gaining the weight back. So having a fucking blueprint of recipes from Monday to fucking Tuesday or Wednesday or Friday or Saturday or whatever your book will mean nothing to you. You can have a fucking collection of recipes. How many do you already have? Most likely thousands that you've collected over the years. Am I right? Say I'm right in the chat box now, please, because I know you have many. And what do you do with them? Nothing. You eat the same shit that you always ate and make up the same fucking excuses you always made. Am I right? So are we going somewhere with this? Am I just like stupid or out of my mind for saying this stuff? Or am I being fucking real with you guys? Because you need to hear it just like this. Some of you need to wake up. And I'm not saying clients are doing well, but some of you who are new to this thing, you need to wake up. Wake up. All right. Let's continue on. So stop blaming your spouse. And here's another one. Healthy food is expensive. Okay? Healthy food is expensive. Right. But eating the $2 shit you get from the gas stations, the fast food, the restaurants, the alcohol, the weed, the vacations, all the bullshit you spend on, that's not expensive. But chicken breast all of a sudden becomes fucking expensive because you don't want to eat it. That's why it's expensive.
Right. These are all just excuses. You know, you can buy things on sale, you can buy things in bulk. There's always a way. And, you know, it's, yeah, organic is more expensive. Grass fed is more expensive. It is the best, you know, I feel the best for you, but you don't have to eat organic and grass fed. You can still get lean meat and you can still buy healthy items and not pay much more than you would, or not pay more.
Thank you, babe. Yo, who wrote that right now in the chat box? Poor health is more expensive. Put your name there, please. I want to know who you are. That is the most powerful fucking thing I heard. Okay? Because I didn't even think.
Going to say that, but yes, 100%.
So you're 100 pounds overweight right now, 50 pounds overweight, and you're telling me or us that chicken breast is too expensive. So are your doctor bills that's coming up.
Right. And if your spouse doesn't support you now, you know, what about, God forbid, if you get sick and they're going to have more of a responsibility than just cooking a healthy meal for you or for your family. And you know what? If your spouse refuses to cook healthy meals for you, cook them for yourself. Why do you have to rely on your spouse cooking for you? If they're not going to support you in this, cook for yourself. We're all adults here.
Shop at Sam's or Costco for meats, yes. And there's other solutions too, and there's tons of them. The bottom line is it's excuses, and we're trying to eliminate them for you one at a time over here. Okay? So stop them, please. Now, let's move on and get to the goodies. Okay? Monster Cookie Protein Balls. Who's excited for them? Who's excited for the recipe? Drop some fire in the chat box for some sweets. Okay? Drop some fire in the chat box, ladies and gentlemen, for the recipe. And if you got great value from today's live training so far, and if you feel like we motivated you with the excuses that you currently make, let us know that you were inspired. Okay? So, here's one. That's a good one for you guys. Go ahead and take a snapshot of it, if you can. Take a snapshot of it.
So you can use any protein powder you have. Any type will do.
If you want some good ones that we use, just write want some suggestions with protein brands, and we'll give you the brands we use. Put protein brands, question mark, like, so we know you're referring to that. Can you guys see the recipe clearly on the display? If you need us to send it to you, just say send it. We'll send it. But these are some recipes that you guys can use. One of the recipes that you could use on a plan. Now, how do you use it on a plan? Again, this is not for a client. And I'm just going to remove this from the display so you can see our handsome and pretty faces for a second, and then we'll put it back up. This is for the clients, and this is for people on the challenge. Yes, we will send it to you. Just put your name in the chat box, and we'll send it to you. Okay? This is for people in the challenge to give you guys a little taste that it's not always going to be the same foods. We do give you different snacks. They're posted in the group that you have access to inside the Facebook community. Okay. That you can go and put in recipes and find more recipes, just like this one. And what we do in our customized plans on our VIP program is we, like, the person is, if they're having cravings, we'll install some of those snacks into their meal plan or have them replace it for some of their meals that we're currently giving them, like the ones you guys see. So we just wanted to give you guys a presentation and an understanding of how snacks work in the program and inside the meal plan. So, like, when you're late at night, when you're feeling bored, when you're feeling like this meal plan is redundant, you can get some options without going overboard and sabotaging your results and putting on 3 to 6 pounds of water weight that you now need to take off for the rest of the week to get back into fat burning zone. How many of you, put me in the chat box now, please, again, have done well for the entire week, only to see your weight go down, go out on the weekends, splurge, have alcohol, eat a meal or 2 or 3, snack, blow the whole Saturday, possibly even Sunday, starting on Friday night, getting on the scale Monday morning to see yourself 6 pounds heavier? Have you done it? Say me in the chat box.
After you worked so hard all week.
Huh? Say me in the chat box if that's you. Because guess what happens? Now you have to take the 6 pounds off, right? That's 6 pounds of water. So basically, you just took a cup of water, you filled it up to the top and overflowed it with water. And now you have to bring the levels of water back down, 6 pounds worth. You cannot start burning fat until you remove all the excess water weight you just put on. And that could take another 3 to 4, 5 days, depending on how active you are, till you piss it all out and sweat it all out. And then you will start burning fat again. So what are you essentially doing? Does anyone know? Take a guess. What are you essentially doing when you're putting water into your system and then trying to dump it out? What do you think is happening? Anyone? No one? Well, what's happening is you guys are gaining water weight, maybe like 2 or 3 pounds, like she wrote, Anu 2911.
Right. And what you're doing is discouraging yourself because you're basically spinning your wheels. You're setting yourself back, and then you're getting discouraged because you're putting in the work during the week, and then you're not seeing the results of that. So it becomes very discouraging and hard to stay motivated.
Right. So stop ruining your metabolism. It will ruin your metabolism. Yes, it can if you keep doing that. Okay. But essentially what you're doing is you're putting on water weight, and now you have to remove the water weight. So it's slowing down your weight loss. It's slowing it down. If you're cool with that, cool. Take your time. If you're not cool with that, stop eating out on the weekends.
Or replace it with something fun.
Exactly. And we have recipes that will show you how. But if you don't mind losing a little bit slower, go out and eat on the weekends. We show you how to make better choices with that.
Meaning go out and do something fun that doesn't involve food. Something active, something, that focuses on something else.
And it's okay to go out and eat on the weekends once you get the weight off. And at least 10, 15 pounds off, and you're at a little bit of a more confident place with yourself. You're doing workouts, you're going to the gym, you're staying active. Okay, so you go out and you have a little bit here and there. And we teach you like how to eat out, what to have. So you'll have a little bit more of a foundation on how to eat out, what foods to choose, getting a little bit more protein. Okay? Things like that. Was this lesson helpful to you guys? Were we too harsh? Who's nicer, me or Danielle? Put in the chat box. Who's nicer? Danielle or Sam? Who's nicer? I won't get insulted. Don't be scared. Come on. Let's see. Come on. Both of you. Thank you.
We're a balance.
Yes, a balance. And that's what you guys need to do.
I'm a Libra, by the way.
And I'm a Cancer. Very sensitive. So don't insult me. So that's it. That's pretty much it. It's Friday. Now, good thing we remembered. Good thing we remembered. Okay. Who's a Cancer? Check-ins. Check-ins. So we have clients check in. Whoever's in the challenge can see what the check-in is like. So how we check you in. So you can get a taste of what it's like to check in and be accountable to us and what we do. So we're not going to tweak your plan, but we're going to show you what it's like to check in. So what we're going to require you to do, you don't have to, okay? But this will qualify you to win. It's part of the requirement to win. That comes with engagement, posting your pictures and your weight, okay? Is you need to, where were we?
We were talking about the check-in.
Right, you need to check in. You need to check in. So we'll send you a link for the males and females. It'll say male and female linked, and just check in. You need to check in before tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. So that's Saturday. Before Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. We're going to put a link as soon as this call is over inside the chat box for you guys to check in. If you don't check in before 12 p.m. Saturday, you will not win the grand prize. Are we clear with that? The check-in is a very simple process. It's several questions you'll answer, which gives us an idea of where you're at. Based on where you're at, we make tweaks for the following week so your program doesn't plateau and you don't plateau. Good? We clear? Everything good? Any questions? Any comments before we wrap this thing up?
So we'd love to know anybody who decides to go ahead and try the Monster Protein Ball recipe. Please let us know, and in the group, let us know how it came out.
Absolutely.
And maybe post a picture.
Post a picture. Post your biggest takeaway inside the Facebook community so we can score points to win the grand prize. Make sure you check in. Hope we weren't hard on you. Okay? You can always say no to us. We don't bite. Okay? Stop blaming your spouse. Start being more honest with yourself. Have more integrity. Okay? What else did we discuss? Excuses. Just don't make excuses. Stop.
And take responsibility for your own health and happiness.
Yeah.
Nobody else is going to do it for you.
Right. For real.
Nobody's coming to save you but you. And we just, would love to help you. But it really, ultimately, it has to come from within.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank
you all for participating.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. There's a lot of good comments in here. A lot of engagement. And we love that. It inspires us and motivates us to want to do more videos like this one to you. If you felt like I was directly speaking to you, I probably was. And it's out of love, believe me. Because if you don't do it, you're going to be in the same predicament talking to someone else like me or not. You'll just be miserable. Or you'll maybe get it together, which I hope you do. Okay? All right. Talk to you later.
Have a great day and weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.